My name is Tish Jones, founder and executive director of TruArtSpeaks, poet, cultural producer, born and raised here in Minnesota, Black woman. We are in North Minneapolis on the corner of West Broadway and Emerson. We're at Juxtaposition Arts. We're occupying the Pocket Park at Juxta and the Skate Plaza at Juxta as part of the Village Project. This is the second iteration of the Village Project. It is a resource fair for Black youth and families. Whatever you need, come through and get it. We've got bus cards, access to mental health services, prepaid, so you don't have to jump through any hurdles around money. Food, water, juice, meditation, movement. There's a kids zone, free haircuts, so that you look fly, because part of our health and wellness is also just looking good, feeling good about ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Lots of things, bus cars, all of that. And good people, I think the biggest thing, the most beautiful thing about this event every time we do it is folks get to see one another, whether it's like, I ain't seen you in forever, or wow, I didn't even know you, like I didn't even know we did that.
We're talking about the Black family, the locus of what it means to be Black, but also the larger Black community in general.
For me, it's important because in the aftermath of the uprising around George Floyd's murder, we saw an influx of folks doing resources and drives for folks, food, household things. But I feel like what the Village Project does is fill in the gap, which is the Black spiritual wealth that we're all missing, right? And so that's why we're giving away books, home meals that people can eat on the spot, thinking about juice and teas, things that are about connecting us back to our bodies in a sense of liveliness and health, right? So not just groceries or toilet paper and stuff like that, which we all need, but really thinking, how do we provide something holistic and spiritual for Black people? Because a lot of the folks who are thinking about this aren't thinking about us in that way, right?
Let's not just say, go, if you have some trauma, just hurt you, go seek help. We gotta make it accessible for them too, right? They cut off transportation, you know what I mean? They cut Metro Transit, was like, yep. So getting folks bus cards, you know what I mean? People lost their jobs, just making sure that, the whole person is taken care of and we're really thinking about that. That's really important.
The one thing about growing up in a community where you now work and serve the people that you're a part of is that it doesn't feel like work. It is an extension of family. So you can hit up people that have grown you, that have mentored you, that have positioned you to understand the importance of emphasizing youth and to emphasize Black folks. And that's what this was.
When in Saint Paul, we did it at Dunning, right? Which sort of feels like a heart of Saint Paul in a way, both in location and in a sense of, how historic Dunning and Central can be to the Black community in Saint Paul. For here, doing it at Juxtaposition, one makes sense because Juxtaposition, I think, is just one of the organizations that at least I'll speak for me personally, that I feel so in line with in terms of how they're thinking about reaching folks in terms of the arts and activism and how they're reaching the Black people. And in the North Side too, if you're gonna do something in the Twin Cities for Black folks, if you're not even considering doing it on Broadway, you're not doing it right. The North Side is such a heart for Black folks in the city, but it's often, it's forgotten everywhere else.
Man, if we would have had the opportunity to understand that we could make things that tasted like the generic Kool-Aid that we grew up on, that it was 4 ingredients that are relatively inexpensive. So the idea that these young people are growing up and getting to experience that here, getting to feel what it's like to talk about things that maybe aren't regular conversations popping off in their crib.
All the resources that we have here is not just books for books' sake, but it's all Black authors, all thinking about revolutionary things, right? Down to the children's books. When you go to the juice, it's taking ingredients that we normally see within our Black diet, stuff like watermelon and greens and stuff like that, and presented it to us in a new way that makes us feel bright. When we look at the tea is the 2 teas they have. One is to build up our immunity, and the other one is so that we can rest. So everything here not only is just a resource, but is a resource with intention and spirit behind it, and that's what really goes into the curation.
I think love and generosity goes a long way. It also brings the vibration up. So just to be loved on by other Black people is good medicine.